SAP Transport Management STMS system. So STMS, the full form is STMS, SAP Transport Management System. So why we need STMS, Transport Management System? So normally why we need for the outside? So to transfer the data or goods from one place to another place, we need the STMS transport is required. Same as like here in SAP, to transport the development data from one system to other system, development to quality, the quality to production is called the, how we can move it via transport management system only. Via transport management system only we will move the data here. So this is the, we'll use this concept, we will move the data from objects. Normally we will call it as a object. Object means multiple things will come. Object means tables, functional modules, structures, class, reports, programs, elements. So interfaces, scenario, many things will come object. So instead of calling one by one, so normally we will call it as the one common word is called the object. To move the objects from one system to another system and one that system. Or because why we have to move it, can't we directly move the changes in that system? No. Why? Because as per SAP, so every landscape, every system landscape, we should have the minimum three systems: development, quality, and the production systems here, right? So this is the business production system here. All the business users will log into this system here. Business users will log into this production system here. So this is the development, this is the quality, quality to production here, right? So this is the dev system here. So this is the quality system here. So this is the production system here, prod. This is the production system here. So you want to, so normally if something is required here, we cannot directly do the developments in this system here. So always the changes should come from the development. They do the developments here. So developments, 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 they will do the all the development related things here. They will do the developments here. Then they will move the changes to the quality. Then they will move the changes to the production. So like that, development to quality, quality to production, like that, they will move the changes to the production system here. That's what will happen. Okay. So here the process of moving these objects from one to other and to other is called the, so that is called the transport mechanism. Via how this we can move it here via transport mechanism. So to configure this transport mechanism, so here, so in out of these three, first of all, we need to perform the configuration. Then we can move the data to one system to another system. First of all, configuration is required. So here, how to perform this STMS configuration, right? So to perform this STMS configuration, the first thing is, in out of these three systems, one system we have to make it as a domain controller. One system we have to make it as a domain controller here, domain controller. So suppose like you have the branch in the Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai, right? In the three branches you have three systems, three branches. In these three branches, one branch you have to make it as a main branch, right? One branch you have to make it as a main branch here. So in that main branch, one branch you have to make it as a main branch here, so that the main branch will control the all the sub branches, right? The main branch will control the all the sub branches here. That is the main thing here. So in that case, what we can do, the sub branch, main branch will manage the all the sub branches. Same as like here in these three systems here, in the three systems here, out of these three systems here, so one system we have to make it as a domain controller. So this domain controller system will control the other two systems in a landscape. In a landscape, it will manage the other two systems here. So For this one, to configure the domain controller, so we have to log into the 000 client. So any one of the user, then so STMS transaction code, then domain underscore SID. Which system you are making as a domain controller, that system SID you have to make it, then save it so that that system has the domain controller, right? That system is the domain controller system here. So in that case, what we can do, we can log into the systems here. Suppose example, we have the systems, right? So we have the ECD, NW1 systems are there. So let's log into the NW1 system. In the three systems, you have to make one system as the domain controller. So here we will make NW1 is the domain controller. So in this case, log into the domain controller 000 DDIC, then passwords we can use it. So here what we can do, STMS, we can use it here, right? So here, so what we have to do, when we don't have the configuration, it will ask, let me delete the someone already configured, I guess. Let me delete it here. So when you enter the STMS, it will ask the domain controller name. So domain underscore SID. So which means our NW1 system is as a domain controller name. So then we have to enter the domain underscore SID and save, so that that will be saved as a domain controller system. So while doing this configuration here, one user will be created. While performing this TMS configuration here, one user will be created here. One user will be created here, configuration. So one user will be created, that is in the TMS ADM user in 000 client, and two RFC destinations will be created in SM59. One is the TMS ADM and the TMS SUP. These two RFC destinations will be created, right? So one background job will be created, one BTC job will be created. The job name is called the RDD IMP DP. This is the scheduled status here, right? So sometimes they may ask you during the TMS configuration, what are the users, what are the RFC connections, what is the background job will be created. Or sometimes they may ask you like, what will be created, what configuration will be created during the TMS configuration, right? So these three will be created in each and every system here. So that's why it is asking the TMS ADM user password. So we need to set the TMS ADM password, we have to set it out. So that is done. So domain controller configuration is done. Then once the domain controller configuration is done, so what is the next step? Domain controller configuration is done. The next step is like how to add other systems into domain controller, right? Means how to add sub branches into main branch here. So how to add, because in these three systems, one system we have to make it as a domain controller, right? One system we have to make it as a domain controller here. So that is the reason. So out of these three systems, NW1 is the domain controller. So we have to log into the domain controller. With these steps, we have to perform it. Then how to add this quality into sub branch into the domain controller, how to add this production into domain controller. In that case also, we need to log in. Means how to add remaining systems into domain controller. In that case, same procedure. 000 with system, then one of the user ID, then STMS, then provide the domain underscore NW1. If you have to not have, you provide your own SID, quality SID, that will create the problem. So whatever the SID here you have, same SID you have to provide it. Why? Because your subsystem you are adding into the main system. So the main system SID we have to provide it here. The main system SID we have to provide to the here. So that is the main thing here, right? So here, in that case, suppose like this is the one development NW1. So here we need to log into the DDIC. So here, what we can do here, so we can go to the STMS here. So let me delete the configuration. Then it will ask the details here. We have to provide the domain underscore NW1 system details. We have to provide it. Then click on the save it here. Then there is a one user here. Same. Each and every system, one user. Two RFC destinations will be created. See, system is waiting to be included in the transport domain. So which means in each and every system, one user, two RFC destinations. Suppose like if we go to the ABAP system here, so two RFC destinations, TMS ADM, TMS SCP. So TMS ADM, TMS SCP. In each system, two RFC destinations, four and two users, TMS ADM users, and one background job will be created here. This is the default configuration will come as part of the TMS, right? So two systems you added, one system you added, so but that is showing like system is waiting to be included in the domain. Means so you have to log into the main branch system, go to the STMS here, right? Go to the systems here. So this system, see, ECD system is waiting to be included. Means it's waiting for the approval from the main branch. So log into the NW1 system. Your ECD system you added into the main branch. So it is waiting. Just click on the add button, click on the approve, the SAP system and approve. Then it will be ECD system will be included in the transport domain of the system, transport domain. So it is added here. Transport domain, it is added here. ECD system is waiting to be transport domain here. Configuration is waiting here, right? This ECD system is included in the transport domain, right? So that is the main thing here. ECD system is waiting in the transport domain. So that's why it's got the green signal, right? So which means your ECD system also you added into the transport domain. Now what about the production system? Right? In the production also, you need to log into the same 000 DDIC STMS domain underscore NW1. This SID we have to give it here. So let me go log into the production. So 000 DDIC. Password is wrong. Okay. So STMS. So then what we can do, we can delete the configuration. See here domain underscore ECP means ECP has own domain controller here. So that is not the case here. Here we need to provide the, so when you go to the click on enter button STMS here, here it will ask the, so the details here. It will ask, we have to provide the details here. So ECP, then ECP installed on the, so target host, maybe let me provide the IP details here. Mhm. It is installed on the, those two are installed on the Windows. This is installed on the Linux machine. So 106, 106, 106. What is the instance number? It's a 10. 10? Is it 10? How to find the instance number then? How to find the instance number? name. Okay, click on the OK button. The same, it will ask the user. Repeat password. Click on the OK button. Repeated password must be identical. Local TMS is inconsistency in the TMS. Okay, so there is an issue here. But because this is installed on the Linux box. Okay, so just leave it for now. This one ECP, only two systems you can configure it for now, right? ECD and ECP both, right? ECD, ECP, both the systems are in the transport domain here now, right? So NW1 is the main branch, and you have added the quality in the quality system into the main branch. Same system, whatever the new system you want to add to the here, so you need to log into the 000 client, DDIC, STMS transaction code, you need to enter the domain underscore SID. So domain controller configuration and how to add the new system into the transport domain, almost same. Both steps are same here. The only thing is here SID, whatever the domain controller SID, you need to give the that SID here. So what is the domain controller means? Domain controller will control the other systems in the domain, transport domain. Means, so the controller will control the overall flow. So means development, once the development is done, once you release the request, the object will go to the quality. Then once you release it here, the object will go to the production like that. So the sequence wise that changes, the objects are moving to the up to till production it is moving, right? So who will tell means the controller will decide and the controller will tell based upon the configuration. So that's why first of all, domain controller configuration is important. So this domain controller will control the other systems in the domain, will control the just other systems in the domain here, right? That is the main thing here. So this is done. And how to add the other systems into the domain controller means, so same, log into the other system, DDAC, STMS and provide the details here. So same way we have to provide it here. Once all this configuration is done, we need to log into the domain controller system with 0 client, right? So then we have to configure the routes and layers. They are the four parts here. One is the domain controller, and second one is the how to add the systems into domain controller. Then the third one is called the transport layers, transport layers and the transport routes. These are the four remaining two parts here. So transport layer. Layer means lane. Route means road. Suppose if you want to travel from Hyderabad to Bangalore, what is required? Route is required, right? Either connectivity is required, either road connectivity or air connectivity, so is required, right? So we have the road connectivity is there and air connectivity also there, flights. Road connectivity, we have the highways, national highway, that road. That road is called the route here. In that route, we have the lanes, right? If you observe in the national highway, we have the lanes, 3 lanes, 4 lanes. Lanes are called the layers here, right? Here, we have the two types of layers are there in SAP here. One is the SAP layer. One is the SAP layer. Second one is the, there are the two types of layers. One is the SAP layer and second one is the ZSID layer. SAP layer means all SAP standard objects will go via SAP layer here. All SAP standard objects will go via this layer here. All SAP standard objects will go via this layer, right? And ZSAD layer, standard customized objects, where our development team will develop the objects, that customization. The customization will go via this lane here. Normally, when you are going from Hyderabad to Vijayawada or Hyderabad to Bangalore, we have the lanes, right? Left side lane, middle lane, and the right side lanes. So, which means lanes means layers here. So, left side means two-wheeler, and two-wheelers will go left side in the middle layer. So, who are standardly they are going, and unconformed drivers, learners, they will go middle. And the right side, so they are the heavy speed layers, heavy speed vehicles or heavy speed overtake vehicles will go right side. Like that, we have the transport, we have the rules are there, right? Same as like here in SAP, we have the two types of layers are there here. One is the SAP layer, all SAP objects data will go via this one. And standard, if any customization is performed, the customization will be done by this layer here, ZSAD layer here. So that is the main thing here, SAP layer and ZSAD layer here. That is the main thing here, right? So that will happen. And roots. So roots means there are the two types of roots are there here. One is the customer consolidation route. The route between here, so development to quality is called the consolidation route, and quality to production is called the so delivery route. Consolidation and delivery route here, right? So development to quality, quality to production. So the route between development to quality, quality to production is called the so these routes here, right? So development and quality, between these two routes is called the consolidation. Quality to production is called the delivery route here, right? These are called the so delivery. These two are called the consolidation route here, right? So that is the main thing of the so two types of routes, two types of layers here. Consolidation means all the customization will go to the quality. Here testing will happens. Then finally it will be give the delivery to the production here. Final delivery to the production. When you purchase any order, so the it will first will come to the warehouse. Then from warehouse to the delivery man will pick up from their shop owners to the retailers to the warehouse, then warehouse to the one of the person, delivery person will pick up, will hand over to you, right? That is the our procedure. Suppose if you book in the Amazon order, so what that will happen directly, will retailer will give it to you? No, Amazon person will, delivery person will give it to you, right? In that case, the retailer will hand over to the Amazon will give it to the your so deliver your home here, right? That is what will happen here. Same as like here, all the customization will go to the from development. The route between dev to quality is called the consolidation. The route between quality to production is called the delivery route. Simple, remember, right? So there are the two types of routes and the two types of layers are there here, right? And the domain control configuration and how to add the other systems here. So in that case, so you can go to the routes, transport routes configuration here. So in that case, what we can do, we can so this, let me delete this one. So initially, first time when performing, this will be empty here. Then go to the display define. You have the two systems. Go to the configuration, standard configuration, and two systems here, right? One is the development system here. Suppose like so NW1 is our development, or ECD is our development. What is our production? ECD is our production, right? Suppose example. Then you just added, you feed the details here. Click on the OK button. So then here you can see here, they are the two types of the things are created here, right? Click on the OK, right? So here you see here, there is a So configuration, domain controller route and delivery route here. So you see the configuration here, the transport layers, two types of layers here, SAP layer and ZSAD layer here, right? So SAP layer, ZSAD layer here, right? So domain controller configuration, and so this is the domain controller and this is the normal system here. So this system as a development, this system as a quality or suppose whatever it may be. So two systems we added into the here in the domain controller here. So that is the main thing here. So transport routes also we created here, right? So there are the SAP two types of layers here. SAP layer, ZSAD layer here, right? So domain controller and this is the one here, two types, right? This is the configuration. So we have in the systems here, right? So that is the one thing we have in the systems here, right? So that is the so transport configuration here. The transport configuration is like, so we have to first we have to create as a domain controller. In that case, we have to log into the 000 system. So user STMS, we have to do that one. Then how to add the other systems, then transport routes and transport layers here, right? Whatever the systems you added here, when you go to the STMS transaction code, click on the import overview, the two systems will come into in this list here. The two systems will come into in this list here. That's what will happen in the systems here. The two systems will come into in this list here. Okay, so that is the main thing of the so the domain controller and other configuration here. Okay, got it? Any questions, anyone? So whatever the systems you are going to add it, so same procedure here. So each and every system, you will see the two RFC destinations and one user in the 000, that is called the TMS ADM user. Yes, TMS ADM user got created. Then one background job will be created. It is called the RDD IMPDP. Remove the dates. Because it should be scheduled status, right? So we should remove the dates here. Yes, see, job is released status RDD IMPDP. So each and every system, when you are performing the TMS configuration, one user, two RFC destination, one background job will be created here. This is the default configuration will come as part of the so TMS configuration here, right? So first one is the domain controller configuration, then transport layers and transport routes. So that will come here, right? And consolidation and delivery route here. Two types of routes and two types of layers and the transport domain controller and these things are there here. Okay. Any questions, anyone, regarding this configuration?
What is the use of that background view? And second one is, so if we configure two level system, so there to production. So what is the consolidated route and delivery route? How can we differentiate that?
If you have, if you don't have any quality, only two systems, then we can make it as a consolidation route only. So
Okay.
consolidation is mandatory, definitely. Why? Because the changes will go. So then in this place, same as like two systems, right? Only this is the this route will comes as a so production. This is comes as a production here. Means consolidation pointing from development to because there is no quality system. Directly it's pointing to the production system. Here the changes will happen. Directly it will move to the here. Then there is no testing. Directly it will use for the production business. So that's why real time man. That's why to avoid this kind of confusion and everything, people will go for the three system landscape sometimes. The three system landscape means development, quality, production systems. Here. That is the recommendations.
And that job, background job.
Background mode means this is the background
Uh,
job, right?
yes,
Yeah, yeah.
means what you be done. That's
This is the actually this will be help to import the data, transport data, whatever the object you are importing from here to here, right? That time, this background job will help you to import the data into the respective target systems.
Means core files and data file we are
Yes, right,
moving.
right, 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 right. When you are importing, you will come to know what this job will do and everything. Why? Because now we are only discussing about the transport routes only, like transport configuration, STMS configuration. So tomorrow we'll discuss about the how to create the transport request and how to import the transport request here. That is the next session we'll discuss about that one. So how to create the transport request, how to import into the respective quality system. So our respective production system, how to import it, that will be discussed.
Yes.
Okay, so you can just use this time and you can practice on the delete the configuration. Simple, it's deleting the configuration NW1 and ECD. What you can do, you can go to the STMS, right? Go to the extras and delete it. Extras and delete it. So okay, let me delete it first. So and same as like you can go to the so ECD system, ECD system also extract and delete the configuration. So you can delete the configuration as well. So now you can make it as a D as a ECD as a domain controller. Then NW1 you can add to the ECD. Then you can create the transport routes and layers in the transport domain controller. Okay. Everything you have to do it from the domain controller itself only, main system only, main branch only. Only adding the system, other systems, you have to go to the other systems, go to the STMS transaction code, provide the domain controller details. Okay. Okay. So you can just practice it for today's class. And